Feelings are a natural part of life, but they are not meant to be in control. Too often, people allow their emotions to dictate their actions, letting fear, doubt, and insecurity determine what they do or don't do. This is weakness in its purest form, allowing temporary emotions to hold permanent power over your future. You cannot afford to be a slave to how you feel in the moment. Feelings should be acknowledged, but they should never dictate your action. They are tools to be used, signals to be read, but not barriers to your progress. Weak feelings are deceptive. They whisper lies that convince you to settle for less, to take the easy path, to stay within your comfort zone. They tell you that you are not ready, not capable, not good enough. But none of these thoughts are real. They are simply fleeting impulses, survival instincts that want to protect you from discomfort and challenge. The problem is, everything you want, growth, success, power, exists outside that comfort. If you listen to the weakness, you lose by default. When you understand that emotions are nothing more than mental weather, you stop being controlled by them. You don't cancel your plans just because you feel tired. You don't quit on your goals because self-doubt creeps in. You don't let temporary discomfort make permanent decisions for you. Instead, you move forward anyway. You act with discipline, not emotion. You do what needs to be done, no matter how you feel. Weak people wait to feel ready. They wait for motivation. They wait for the fear to go away before they take action. And because of that, they remain stuck, controlled by the same weak thoughts that have always held them back. But strong people move forward despite the fear. They take action despite the doubt. They recognize emotions for what they are. Background noise, not the main driver of their decisions. Think about the most successful, disciplined people in the world. Do you think they always feel like doing what needs to be done? Of course not. But they do it anyway. They have trained themselves to override the weak feelings, to separate emotion from execution. That is the difference between those who win and those who make excuses. Winners understand that their emotions are just suggestions, not commands. If you master this mindset, you become unstoppable. Nothing can hold you back because nothing within you is holding you back. Fear comes and you move forward anyway. Doubt appears and you push through regardless. You don't waste time overanalyzing your feelings or waiting for them to align with your goals. You simply act. And over time, weak feelings lose their power over you. You condition yourself to operate at a higher level, where action is driven by commitment, not emotion. So stop waiting to feel ready. Stop letting your emotions control your progress. Use them as tools, but never let them steer the wheel. Move forward, do the work, and kill the weak feelings before they kill your potential. Most people rely on how they feel to determine what they do. If they feel motivated, they take action. If they feel tired, they rest. If they feel afraid, they hesitate. This is exactly why so many people never reach their full potential. They let their emotions dictate their actions instead of following a system of discipline. The truth is, feelings are unreliable. They fluctuate. They are affected by circumstances, by external factors, by things outside of your control. If you allow yourself to be ruled by them, you will never achieve consistency, and without consistency, you will never achieve greatness. Discipline is what separates those who win from those who wish. It is the ability to do what needs to be done regardless of how you feel in the moment. Weak feelings fade when met with disciplined action. The more you rely on action instead of emotion, the less power your weak feelings will have over you. When you stop giving yourself the option to quit, to hesitate, or to negotiate with yourself, you remove the biggest obstacle in your way, your own weakness. Think about it. The most successful people in the world do not wake up every day feeling excited, motivated, or full of energy, but they show up anyway. They train when they don't feel like it. They work when they would rather rest. They push through discomfort, boredom, and exhaustion because they understand that discipline leads to results, and results create real momentum. Weak people wait for motivation. Strong people create it through disciplined action. Every time you choose discipline over emotion, you become stronger. Every time you push through resistance instead of giving into it, you build the kind of mental toughness that makes you unstoppable. This is not about suppressing emotions. It's about understanding that they do not have the final say. You can feel tired and still get the job done. You can feel doubt and still move forward. You can feel uninspired and still execute at the highest level. The secret is to remove choice. If you remove the option to quit, to procrastinate, to wait until you feel like it, you will always get results. Most people never break free from their weak feelings because they never challenge them. They let their emotions dictate their behavior, and because of that, they stay stuck in the same cycle of inconsistency and frustration. But the moment you decide that your actions are no longer controlled by how you feel, everything changes. You become the kind of person who shows up, who delivers, who wins, no matter what. At the end of the day, your feelings don't determine your future. Your discipline does. Weak feelings will always try to slow you down, but they only win if you let them. Train yourself to act regardless of emotion, and soon your emotions will fall in line with your actions. Stop waiting. Move forward. Do the work. Doubt is another trick the mind plays on you. It tells you that you are not good enough, not skilled enough, not prepared enough. But doubt is only loudest right before you break through. It is the last barrier between you and real confidence. The people who seem unshakable, the ones who move with certainty, didn't start that way. They just learned to move forward despite the doubt. Frustration is another emotion that most people misinterpret. They see it as failure, as proof that things are not working. But frustration is actually proof of progress. It means you are trying. It means you care. It means you are in the middle of something that requires effort. If you weren't frustrated, it would mean you weren't challenging yourself. It would mean you were staying in the same place, doing the same things, remaining the same person. Frustration is not a wall, it is a door. And those who push through it always come out stronger. The weak let these feelings stop them. The strong use them as fuel. Every time you feel afraid but move forward anyway, you build confidence. Every time you doubt yourself but take action regardless, you prove yourself wrong. Every time you feel frustrated but keep pushing, you separate yourself from the people who quit when things get tough. You don't get stronger by avoiding weakness. You get stronger by facing it, by pushing through it, by refusing to let it define you. You are not weak for feeling fear, doubt, or frustration. You are only weak if you let those feelings control you. Reframe them, use them, turn them into the fuel that drives you forward. Keep moving. Excuses are the language of weakness. They give you permission to stay the same, to avoid discomfort, to justify inaction. The moment you allow even a small excuse to take root, it spreads, infecting your mindset, weakening your discipline, and slowing your progress. Weak feelings thrive on excuses because excuses give them power. Every time you say, "I'm too tired, I don't have time, I'll start tomorrow," you reinforce the idea that your emotions control you. But the truth is, every excuse is a choice. Either a choice to take control or a choice to surrender to weakness. People who fail don't fail because they aren't capable. They fail because they allow themselves to make excuses. They convince themselves that their circumstances are the problem, when in reality, their mindset is the real issue. Successful people face the same obstacles: lack of time, exhaustion, doubt, setbacks. But they refuse to let those things become reasons to stop. They eliminate excuses ruthlessly. They don't negotiate with weakness. They don't allow feelings to dictate action. They simply do what needs to be done. Weakness always tries to justify itself. It will tell you that your situation is different, that you have real reasons why things are harder for you, that you just need more time, more motivation, more of the perfect conditions before you can start. But this is a trap. The conditions will never be perfect. There will always be a reason to wait, to hesitate, to slow down, to slow down. The difference between those who succeed and those who fail is simple. One group pushes forward despite the excuses, and the other group lets the excuses win. The easiest way to kill weak feelings is to eliminate the habit of making excuses. Every time you hear yourself justifying inaction, shut it down immediately. Stop giving yourself an easy way out. If you're tired, do it anyway. If you don't feel like it, do it anyway. If it's hard, do it anyway. The more you make this a habit, the stronger you become. Weak feelings lose their power when they no longer have excuses to hold on to. Accountability is the weapon that destroys excuses. When you take full responsibility for where you are, you take full control of where you're going. People who make excuses give away their power. They blame circumstances, other people, bad luck, anything that allows them to avoid looking in the mirror. But the moment you stop making excuses and take ownership of your actions, everything changes. You stop waiting. You stop hoping for an easier path. You start doing the work that actually moves you forward. Excuses are a disease. If you let them grow, they will destroy your potential. But if you cut them off at the source, if you refuse to give them life, you will develop the mindset that nothing can stop. So from now on, no more excuses, no more justifications, no more waiting. Take action, move forward, do the work. Your environment shapes you more than you realize. The people you surround yourself with, the conversations you engage in, the energy you absorb, it all influences your mindset, your decisions, and ultimately, your success. Weak feelings don't just come from within. They are reinforced by external influences. If you are constantly around people who complain, make excuses, and accept mediocrity, it will seep into you. You might not even notice it happening, but over time, you will start lowering your standards, justifying your own lack of progress, and adopting the same weak mentality. This is why cutting out negativity and surrounding yourself with strength is non-negotiable. Look at the people in your life. Do they challenge you, push you, and inspire you to be better? Or do they reinforce your doubts, feed your excuses, and keep you stuck? Most people stay weak because they surround themselves with others who validate their weakness. They listen to people who tell them it's okay to quit, that life is hard, that they shouldn't expect too much of themselves. These are the people who will never achieve anything significant, and if you stay around them long enough, you won't either. Strong people seek out those who elevate them. They surround themselves with individuals who demand excellence, who hold them accountable, who set a higher standard. They understand that strength is contagious just like weakness is. When you are around people who take action, who refuse to make excuses, who push through difficulty, it forces you to level up. You can't complain around people who don't tolerate complaining. You can't slack off when you're surrounded by people who operate with discipline. You rise to the level of the people you associate with. Eliminating weak influences from your life is one of the most powerful things you can do. This doesn't mean you have to cut everyone off, but it does mean being selective about who you listen to, who you spend time with, and whose mindset you allow to affect your own. If someone is constantly negative, always doubting, always making excuses, distance yourself. If the conversations you're having are filled with gossip, self-pity, and complaining, walk away. If the people around you are comfortable being average, find new people. There is nothing wrong with outgrowing an environment that no longer serves your growth. Your standards are a reflection of the company you keep. If you want to kill your weak feelings, surround yourself with people who don't allow them to exist. Find those who inspire discipline, action, and mental toughness. Learn from them, compete with them, challenge yourself to match their intensity. Weakness cannot survive in an environment of strength. The more you expose yourself to higher standards, the more you will demand of yourself. Who you surround yourself with determines where you go. Choose wisely. Remove the weak influences. Stay close to strength. Move forward. Most people make the mistake of waiting until they feel ready before they take action. They think confidence comes first, that motivation needs to strike, that they need to be in the right mindset before they can start. This is why they stay stuck. They are waiting for a feeling that may never come. They let hesitation, doubt, and procrastination win because they assume that action should always feel good. But the truth is, confidence doesn't come before action, it comes because of action. You don't feel ready first, you act first, and readiness follows. Weak feelings try to convince you that you need more time, that you should wait for motivation, that you should delay until conditions are perfect. But strong people understand that action creates the very things weak people wait for. The more you move forward, the more motivation you generate. The more you execute, the more confidence you build. The more you push through discomfort, the more resilience you develop. This is the difference between those who win and those who watch from the sidelines. One group takes action despite how they feel, the other waits, hesitates, and eventually does nothing. Every time you hesitate, you give weakness more power. You give doubt more room to grow. You let fear solidify its grip. But when you move forward immediately, without overthinking, without waiting, without questioning, you kill weak feelings before they even have a chance to take hold. Action is the antidote to fear. The moment you take that first step, the doubt begins to disappear. The hesitation fades. The uncertainty shrinks. You realize that most of the things you were afraid of were just illusions created by inaction. The strongest people in the world don't always feel like doing what needs to be done, but they do it anyway. They don't wait to feel inspired before they work. They don't wait to feel confident before they step up. They don't wait for the perfect moment because they know the perfect moment is an illusion. They act now. And because they act now, they develop the discipline, confidence, and success that others wish for but never achieve. If you want to build an unstoppable mindset, you must stop negotiating with yourself. The moment you decide to do something, do it. Don't wait for your feelings to catch up. Your feelings will adjust to your actions, not the other way around. The more you act despite weak emotions, the less those emotions will have control over you. Soon, hesitation won't even be part of your thought process. You'll be the kind of person who moves, who executes, who makes things happen, regardless of circumstances, motivation, or emotions.